Welcome back, guys. In the last video, we learned about CSS. We know HTML and CSS are static languages, and anything we want to do with HTML and CSS, if we want to give power to it or some actions, then we have to use JavaScript. In this video, we will try to understand how JavaScript works and we will see it practically. This all comes very handy when you actually scrape web using Python. So that's why this class is very important. So let's go to codepen.io and start coding. So I will click here and I'll reach to HTML. Now what I'll do, I'll write the codes here in order to create a hyperlink, and then we will also create a button and we'll try to make that button more beautiful as well, and then we will also try to add relevance to it. All right, so I'll just grab this and I'll add it here. Now what I want this to open in a new window, so I'll write target equals double inverted commas underscore blank. Now what will happen, this will open into a new window, and now I'll just add my text, and next I will close this. All right, this. Okay. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a button. So for creating a button, I'll write button ID, and I'm going to assign a ID to it, btn. Moving on from here, what I'll do, I'll write text on it. So I'll write hide link, and then I'll close this. So I'll write this. So if you see the bottom part here, I have get help and I have a hide link also. Now what I'll do, I'll try to, first of all, I'll minimize HTML. And now I'll try to make this more beautiful. So what I'll write is I'm going to grab the ID for button, and then I will try to actually add background to it and then padding in order to increase this size. So I'll write this, and then I'll write background color, and I'll add code for it. So it's this. That is what background color code is, and then I'm going to add padding to it. So I'll write padding equals 2px, and I'll close this. Now if you see, I can actually change it to 20, and this should, I'll just bring this up. So now what I can do is I can actually change it to, this is CSS, so I rather have to add this. Now if I change this to 20, this actually gets bigger. And if I'll change it to 2, see, this actually gets smaller. Alright, so this is working. Now what I'll do, I'll minimize this also so you can see JavaScript. Now in JavaScript, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give power to this button. So on the click of this button, it should actually hide the link. So in order to do that, I'll start with the link first of all. So I'll write cost link, and I'll write document, and then I'll write get elements. In order to actually JavaScript give power, I'll add the element. So I'll write get elements by tag name, and the name of the tag here is A. And now what I'll do, I'll actually give it a number. So because I want the first one, otherwise it will take all the elements with the tag A. So I have written 0 because JavaScript start counting from 0. That is the first element for it. Now what I'll do, I'll write const, and now I'm going to give it a ID, button ID basically. So I'll write this, and then I'll write document get element by ID, because this time I'm using ID. I'll write by ID, And here I'll write the name of the ID which I have given, that is BTN. Now after doing this, what I'm going to do is I am going to define the function for it. Otherwise, how will it follow the process? So I'll write const and then I'll write hide link, which is I actually writing hide link as the name of the process. And then I will begin the process. This is how actually you start the process in JavaScript. And then in this, I'll write link dot style dot display and I'll write equals to none. Okay, so when I'll write, okay, now I just have to write it in inverted commas. Then I have to do this also. So when I write none, that means the button, when I'll click hide link, it will actually show nothing. Okay, it will get help and it will show nothing. So I'll also add now button add event listener, so that I can give 2 arguments to it and I can tell it when it has to take an action. So now the argument is click. So anyone when click hide link button, it should display nothing. And it should follow the process, that is I have already created hide link. Okay. So let's see how it works. Okay, this is working. I clicked on hide link and it is hidden, but I am clicking it again and again. It is not doing anything. We can also make this toggle. Alright. So now what I'll do, I'll make it a toggle link. So in order to make this toggle link, what I'll do is I'll write const and then I'm going to create another process which is toggle link. So I'll just write this and then I'll start the process in the similar way we started earlier. Now what I'll do, I'll actually write if command. So I'll write if link dot style dot display equals none. So I have write none 3 times because this is JavaScript, and I'll put none into double inverted commas. Then what it has to do, it has to follow this function which I'm going to write now, that is link dot style dot display equal inline, so that it shows the function. And then I'm going to write what? I'm going to close this and I'm going to start new function which is else. And in else I'll write link dot style dot display equal none, so that it does not show anything else. So what I have done is I have closed it here, I have closed this block here, and I have to close. Okay, one of them is extra. Yeah. Okay, I have to close none also. So in JavaScript, you have to close the argument. Alright, so it says uncaught reference error, cannot access toggle link before initiation. So what I'll do is I'll copy this and I will paste it here just to see what happened. And because we have already initiated the process, and after initiating process, we have to call for the action. Otherwise, it won't read the whole code. That is what the problem with JavaScript is. So now let's see if it's working. Yeah, it is. All right. So another thing was, if we have hide link, I can actually add text here. So when I press hide link, it should show link. And when the link is shown, it should say hide link. So in order to do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add here button dot text content, and the content should be hide link. Similarly, I'll just copy this and I'll paste it in the else comment also. Like here, I'll just say this one should be show. So I think that is enough for this one. Let's see if it's working. Yeah. So if I click hide link, It says show link. If I click show link, it says hyperlink. So if you see this power to this button is being due to JavaScript. If we do not add JavaScript to it, then it does not actually have that much power. I'll just go back to HTML, show you what exactly I have written here. I have just added these and I have not used the HTML plate because, modern browsers are strong. But yeah, that is all I wanted to show you for this video so that you understand what exactly JavaScript does for the web page. And when we start scraping, you understand what exactly is happening behind the codes. So yeah, I think that is all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.